My name is Brett. I'm in Teen Challenge, and let me show you around. If you're watching this and you also have a drug addiction or know someone that has a drug addiction, I want to let you know that through Christ, all the chains can be broken. You can have a new, fresh start, and your future can look really bright. This is my room. That's my bunk. Beaver Pride. This is pretty much it. My essential oils. Can't go without them. Picture of you. My Salt Soleil, can't live without it. My coconut oil and my teas. Can't live without the teas. So every day we basically wake up and we figure out where we're gonna go by looking at the schedule. If you look here, you can tell, we have 3 thrift stores that we work at. Eugene, Albany, and Lebanon. And then there's also 4 other areas. We do distribution. One person works in the kitchen. About 4 or 5 people work on ministry. That could be anywhere in other neighborhoods and stuff like that. And then counseling, 4 or 5 guys working with a counselor all day. Well, yeah, you can tell I'm a Beaver fan. It's over here. It's my team. It's my hometown. I was born and raised in Corvallis, so from a little child, just go Beavs. My first part of my program, I really didn't take things as seriously as I should have been, and I got in trouble a lot, which discipline is also known as basically LOP, which is loss of privileges. So if you were in trouble, then you would not be able to go to the Portland Winterhawks game. Hey Mikey, you think we can play a game real quick? You wanna play? 21-6.
Oh my God!
I got baptized September 13th at Spiritual Emphasis, and that was like a life-changing moment for me. That's when everything, it seemed clear. I know that before then, I really didn't take much seriously in the program. I really took a look at myself after I got saved there and really asked myself, why am I in Teen Challenge and do I want to change my life? I chose that I wanted to change, so I had to make a lot of changes in my life, including my friends, the way I talked, the way I acted, the way I'd handle certain situations, and that's the best decisions I ever made. This is where we chow down. This is where we eat food. This is where we do devotions. This is where we do chapels. This is where we watch movies on the big screen. It's pretty awesome. Sometimes we cram like 30 plus guys here up on the couches and we just watch movies and we have a good time. I've been to 13 different rehab centers, and all the other rehab centers really just try to pinpoint on the addiction part, and they try to give you literature of how to solve or how to handle your drug addiction or alcoholism. And this basically is a Christian fellowship program. So we basically just give all of our issues, and we basically just, for those that cooperate, we ask God to take over everything and have Him take care of our problems. When we have Him, we put Him first. Those that have a true relationship with God know what I'm talking about. He's like a sponsor at all times, and He's with you wherever you go. I'm a big tea advocate. I hate coffee. Coffee for us drug addicts isn't the greatest for us. Definitely the best choice I've ever made in my entire life is coming to Teen Challenge. It's made it so I've been able to produce a lot of fruit in my life, and me and my family have gotten really established a new relationship. Before, it wasn't really a relationship. They were my parents, but there was no real relationship there. I just basically used them for personal gain. And now they see the true me without drugs and alcohol, and it wouldn't have been able to happen without God, and through this program. Jackson, you ready? Okay. Feeling any better? I haven't chewed, smoked, drank or gotten high in 10 months. And I haven't been able to say that since I was just a youngster in high school. I came here because I knew I had some underlying issues that caused all these addictions and all these relapses time and over again. So I came here, and what seemed so impossible at first, now I feel like I have that foundation, which if I put God first before anything, if I be obedient to Him in the relationships and everything that He teaches about relationships, really everything is in the Bible. If you really just look in the Bible, it's everything. It's a manual for life. And this is my testimony. This is my life story, basically. We just posted up. It's on the Teen Challenge website. Doesn't even look like me. I don't know where the ladder's at. Aha! Yes! We're going up on the roof. Growing up in my family, there really was no problems. Everything was worry-free. I played lots of sports growing up and excelled greatly in all the sports I did. I played basketball, baseball, football, track. I even tried wrestling for a year. Really, life was so easygoing growing up in my family that I didn't reach out to God because I was so happy with life. I didn't really feel like I was in need of Him or a relationship with Him because at that point I didn't have a relationship and life was good. Later on in life did take a turn. I experienced a football injury and a shoulder injury that put me into pain medication that really put my life into a whirlwind of addiction and a life of sin. Pain prescriptions of oxycodone led from oxycodone to Oxycontin, Oxycontin to methamphetamine and heroin and cocaine. And that soon ruined my life. All I cared about was chasing my next high and doing anything and consuming anything to numb the feeling that I was going through. At 18 years old, if someone were to tell me that the next 5 years, 75% of that time would be either incarcerated or in a rehab center, I would have thought they were crazy. And once I went to prison, I thought that I was a lifetime criminal and that this was the rest of my life. I got out of prison. I went to Lake Shasta with Calvary Chapel and got saved. And when I got baptized, I feel like the devil hit me straight on the face really hard. I didn't know how to take it. My addiction took me down a path of using heavier than I ever have in the next 2 years, and then facing another prison set time sent me to Teen Challenge. To paint the picture of how bad I really was, if you would go back about a year and a half from today, I would be consuming any type of drug I put my hands on, primarily methamphetamine and heroin. There would be times where I wouldn't sleep or eat for weeks. And I know that particularly about 15 months ago, I went on a run that ended up being like 28 days without any sleep. And that was when I would say I would hit my rock bottom of just complete breakdown of my body. And I would say that primarily when I first got into it, that everything was good, life was good. And I didn't really see the precautions of doing this and making it a lifestyle. I soon found out that was wrong. I went from one drug overdose to the next. And one stint to rehab to another, ended up being to 13 different rehab centers, 10 plus overdoses, and still did not learn my lesson. I've been arrested 20 plus times. I've been in jail. I don't even know how many times. Too many times for me to count. Thank you. One of the all-time greatest joys in my life has been having a baby brother. You, my favorite brother, are so dearly loved. Oh, goodness. Oh, just me and my sister just being weird. A couple years ago, if you would ask me what my future looked like, it would have been saying dealing drugs, selling drugs, and trying to flee from cops. I would say that from here on, my future looks really bright. I know that Christ is the only choice, and it's the best choice I've ever made. My past, I don't regret at all, because my addiction And my brokenness is what brought me to Christ. And Christ really has established a new life for me. It's really opened up doors. It's restored my family, me and my family's relationship. And really it's brought a new man that I didn't really know was possible after the past that I've been through. Really, I just can't wait what God has in store for me because I know it's big things. At like 5:30 or 6 o'clock, this whole sky just turns orange. It's so sick. It's really nice though. If you think about it, it's just like an escape, really, from everything. There's no temptation really out here. It's just worry-free out here. All you see is mountains and all you hear is birds. Right now I'm on a suspended sentence. If I mess up doing anything, I go to prison. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to put that behind me. And I recently talked to my PO. My PO told me he was proud of me. That's the first time I've ever been told that by my PO. I've been used to just giving him hell, you know. Him chasing me around town and me lying every single time I go in there to see him. And as recently he's told me that I'm gonna be on mail-in, and in a couple of years I'll be off paper, which is a huge step for me because I've always been on paper and I've always been on supervision, and I've always failed, and I've always been put in jail because I fail while on probation. So that's another milestone that I've made recently. And it seems since I've been in this program that things just keep on getting better and better and better and better. My PO's pleased, my family's pleased, the program that, you know, they continue to ask more and more of me, and I continue to step up and do what they ask me to do. I'm discipling the knuckleheads that were making the same mistakes I was when I first got here. Anything you can learn about drug addiction, I've learned about it. The only thing that ever's brought me sobriety is pleasing God. That's about it. I worry now today about, am I pleasing God with what I do? And that was not the case before. Before, I didn't have that relationship with him. So when I would have drugs in front of me, I'd be like, oh, well, no one's gonna know. Now, if anything's in front of me, I get convicted over the smallest of things now, which was never a case before in the past. You know, even lusting over a girl, God's watching all the time. And I never thought about that before, you know. Even your eyes can commit adultery, you know. It's just crazy, the type of just night and day difference that it's been. This program has opened my eyes to the truths. I never would have learned it without the Teen Challenge. So I know my mom's a Christian and everything. My parents are a Christian, and I went to church, but really without the guidance and the structure and the accountability here in Teen Challenge, that I wouldn't have been able to learn it by myself. Jesus is there for everyone. It's not just for drug addicts. He's there for people that are struggling with anything. Relationship problems, you may be suffering from gambling, lust, pornography, any of that stuff, and you find freedom in God. It's almost 10 o'clock, so we got bedtime coming up, but I just want to say hello to all y'all, and hope you like this little testimony of mine. God bless. Am I cold? Yes, but it's fine. I can't just stare right there. Right there. You know? I don't know why I can't. I always want to do this little. All the guys are hating on my haircut. Look a plane.